So, you want to make beats now, man. You seeing everybody cooking up beats. You like, nah, I need to make beats. Well, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I've been producing for probably like a long time, I'm not gonna lie. By the end of this, you should know how to make beats from scratch. You should be on your first beat. Beat number one. I need everybody to say with me, beat number one. By beat number two, you're gonna be out of here. You're gonna be out of here. We're in FL Studio right now, alright? I launch FL. This is how it looks off rip. This is how it looks. And by the way, guys, you can download FL for free on imageline.com or just look up FL Studio and it's gonna bring you to exactly what you need to find. It's really easy to download. It's not hard to download. Um, yeah, so you can do that to see what I'm seeing right now. But this is the paid version of FL. I have the basic. I think I have the basic DAW version, I believe. But honestly, you can try it out. Make your first beat. When I first started, I was using the trial version. It was easy. Oh, it's not easy, but I'm saying it was easy to get. So you can always do that. So if you want to follow along with me, another thing also, I'm using FL Studio on Mac. So, but this is MacBook. You can use a Mac or you can use Windows. Make sure you're downloading the right thing. You want to make sure you're downloading the right version for whatever you need. It will have an option that says Windows, and then you got to make sure you're downloading the Windows version if you have a Windows computer. If you got a Mac, make sure you download the Mac version. I like the Mac, man. I use a lot of Mac things. I know a lot of people hate making beats on Macs, but I make it work, man. I make it work like Rihanna. I ain't gonna lie to you. These are mainly what we'll be working with at first. So right now, this is the channel rack. This is your piano roll. This is the playlist. I know these all because when I hover over it without clicking it, it says view playlist. It says view piano roll. It says view channel rack. It says view mixer. So, but we'll first be starting with this channel rack. The channel rack is where you put your sounds. So this is where you're loading up all your drums. So you'll load up your kick, your hi-hat. Like for example, I can go and grab a drum. Or I can grab let's grab an 808. Let's grab an 808. I put it right here. I drag and drop it here, and I click one. So now I have a sound just from bringing an 808 and dropping it in the channel rack. I have a sound now. It's easy. It's easy. After this, you guys are gonna be making beats like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. You feel me? Come on, gang. Let's do it. All right. So, like I said, you can add 808s, you can add hi-hats, you can add as much drums as you want. Even if you wanted to, like, if you don't have any more space, because after these five, you can add more. So, for example, let me go grab something random. I got a kick right here. You feel me? I bring that drum right there. I add it. It doesn't have a number yet, but it's added. I can change the number to 6 if I wanted to after, but that's a little bit more complex. But peep, I click right here. Let me add a little pattern. This is how it sounds. Alrighty, so we already have a pattern over nothing, over just the channel rack. That's how easy it is. So that's what the channel rack is for. So that channel rack, you can even add a piano if you wanted to too. But we're not gonna go into that yet. Not yet. Next thing we have is the playlist. So the playlist is actually this. This is what we're looking at right here. This is the playlist. Playlist is where everything will be arranged. For example, what you will do is after you add a pattern, right? Once you click a pattern, you have a pattern, just adding some stuff, right? I'm just adding some random stuff for right now, right? I have a pattern. It's on my channel rack. But if I want to hear it on the song or the beat I'm making, I want to bring it to the playlist. So to do that, this is very advanced, but you guys, this is how you gotta move if you wanna make a beat quicker. You have to move. You have to move quick. You gotta move like if you're learning a different language, you want to start speaking the language on day one. We're not going through the grammars a little bit. We're speaking the language on day one. Let's get to it. All right. So to do that, we have the channel rack right here. I got something random right here going to bring that on a playlist so it can be added to my beat. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go click this picker, or this is like this thing that looks like a keyboard. I'm clicking this. Then I could click that pattern one. Then I'm gonna just I clicked it one time, the left clicker on the mouse, and then I just click it right here. And then now to hear it, you see that how that's on pattern up here? We're gonna change that to song. Now I got a whole bunch of craziness going on, but it's on the playlist. So keep in mind, when you're making a beat, your final things will always be on this playlist. Like if I was making a beat, boom, 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 like I'll just making something random. Feel me? This will be where everything is the final stuff is at on this playlist. This is where everything finalizes on the playlist. This is where you structure your beat. This is where you structure. If you was making a song, this is where you structure a song, all on the playlist. But we're making beats right now, so if you're structuring a beat, you're doing it all on this playlist right here on this playlist. And if you can see, it has different times. If you check right here, that's 20 seconds right here. So imagine how the beat, I bring it to like, let me see. I drag it over there. That's 51 seconds. But that's a little bit more complex. But you guys can see we're starting on day one. That's what we're doing, baby. All right, all right, all right. So next thing that you have is a piano roll. The piano roll is where you're gonna get creative with your drums or your melodies. So this is where I know I showed you the channel rack. Channel rack, you can do certain things like this. The channel rack can translate to the piano roll. So for example, you have a sound that you want to bring to the piano roll. What you'll do is, let's go back to playlist. So starting from fresh. All right, guys. Cool. You have a channel rack right here. You have the channel rack. And you wanna make you wanna add more sounds and more notes and just more different things. So this is what I'll do. I'm gonna clear this stuff up. Let's clear all these. All right, cool. So I could just do this regular on the channel rack for the piano, but I only got one sound. So if I'm making a loop, I'm making a melody. If I'm making a melody and I want to make it really complex, I want to put it on a piano, man. I want to see the notes. I want to see something. I just don't want to make it on the channel rack. So what you would do is you make it a melody, right? Or even with drums, you can do this. This is where the piano roll comes in. So you right click that, and what you'll do is you'll click this first thing, piano roll. Then boom. Now everything you made on that channel rack is translated to the piano roll. But now you can get more complex with it. So now if I want to make a little melody, I could just let me draw something in. You got more sounds. You got more notes. Hear how that sounds? Now it's just a little it's now you hear it's not just one note. Now you can get crazy with it. You can even get in between notes. You get a little closer. You get, but we'll have a separate class diving more deep into that. Last but not least, the mixer. The mixer is where this is where we do the mixing at. So, for example, you want to level sounds, you want to add plugins to add a little pizzazz on your sounds and stuff. This is where you do everything at. This is where all the plugins and all the extra stuff goes in. That's when you're mixing down your beat. It's a little bit more complex, but it's good to keep in your mind. Um, so let me give you an example how to, well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna give you a little synopsis how to add a sound to the mixer. For example, so if I want to route what we call route this sound into the mixer, so if I wanted to add like a little plugin or something, or like a effect basically, I would just, I would change, I would change the number. You see, I just changed that number. I would change the number, and that number is going to reflect what number track that's going to be routed to. And what I mean by that is, so this says 7 right here. I'm going to go to 7 right here. That's the track right here. To make it easier, if this is highlighted right here, for example, I want to click this right here, this green. I click that to make sure, or to keep it in my mind that FL keys is routed to this track. I would right click the insert 7 right here, which is a 7 track on the mixer, and then I'll just press channel routing right here, route selected channel to this track, and boom, now you got FL keys right here. This is where I can add effects and stuff. So boom, FL keys right here. I want to add a little like, let me add something random. Just put some reverb, some fruity reverb on that thing. And then this is how it sounds. Oh, so let me go right here. This is how it sounds, y'all. So basically, I just added a tiny little effect on it, but it's a little bit more complex. But I want to keep it in you guys' minds so you guys know that we're not taking the slow route. We're learning FL quickly. All right, and that's the FL Studio layout. Quick and easy, guys. Quick and easy. So today we learned about the channel rack for sounds, the playlist for arrangement, the mixer for mixing, and the piano roll for melodies. You feel me? It's easy. I'll see you guys on the next tutorial of FL Studio, guys. Yes, sir. I'm so Dan. I'm out of here.